following program is rated TV MAV. It contains violence and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
What's good? This your boy Kenneth Stones, aka Kofi Weaston, one half of the Dirty Hills, man. You already know what it is. I'm here to say what up to Off the Top Rope, man. Make sure y'all go follow, like, and subscribe, man. Make sure y'all go look into all these stuff, man. Y'all like wrestling, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Shout out to my son Blvckhvrt over there, man. Off the Top Rope, you are Dirty Hills approved.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Yeah. Off the Ropes be the podcast of mass destruction. Guess who's here for OGs of wrestling? Ain't no competition, we report, you gon' listen. Never no mercy, we bring the ring to the streets. If you don't know, you better find out. Off the Ropes, here to prove a point, number one in the league. Bet you don't wanna tussle with us, know where to hide or run. Step in the ring, get done, you're never stepping out again.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
Off the Ropes representing that 617 area.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
No other podcast out here more serious.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
Wrestling entertainment was reported by the Bears.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
You might wind up in a body bag. Took your chances, now it's time to show you what's on. In the ring, off the ropes, best believe that we strong. Day in, day out, off the ropes for life. Shiznit, E-Wiz, Fast Crew on the mic. Town be the city where we make our own rules. Stomping though you can't fit our shoes. Off the ropes, a crowd pleaser, conquering like Caesar. Lean on us like Pizza when you need your wrestling re-up.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
Off the ropes representing that 617 area.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
No other podcast out here more scary.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
Wrestling entertainment was reported by the Bears.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
You might wind up in a body bag.
You ran Dean Ambrose out of WWE. You've had
So you're back on the wolf pack. So you're back on the wolf pack.
great point, Chris.
Hands up in a body bag.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Blvckhvrt with another brand new episode of Off the Top Ropes podcast. Of course, I'm not here by my damn self, of course. I got the first lady in the building, Char C in the building, and of course, I got the concierge of this mafia thing of ours, Edukes. Before we get into this week, shout out to Spotify. Shout out to all the podcasts, but especially Anchor for giving us the podcast platform that we need to make happen for our podcast to be able to grow and be successful the way that it is. Also, special shout out to Spotify Green Room as we're giving us the test run today. So any people that want to come in and join us to talk, you guys are more than welcome to. Please be mindful, be friendly, because if not, you will be blocked the fuck up out of here. So, nonetheless, Char C, Edukes, it's just the three of us tonight. What's going on with you two?
Not much. Staying busy with work, watching wrestling, living life.
You?
So, me, same here, just watching. Actually, scratch that. I just joined AEW right now because, oh man, we are good. It's good to know that wrestlers in good hands. That's outside of the main market. Because I can literally say this right now. Fuck you, WWE. You ain't shit.
Here we go. They're already starting already, man. Can we at least get past Raw first? So,
Yeah.
as I'm trying to get people in tune, I kind of restructured the dub of what we used to call the weekly wrestling recap and news. Instead, I just shortened the whole thing down to this week in wrestling. So now we have a new segment or based on episode name based on what the hell that we were doing for the past 3 seasons. And now we shade that day now to less than 2 words. So, welcome to This Week in Wrestling, folks. So, we're going to start with Monday on Monday Night Raw. See what the hell went down with that crazy cuckoo that's over there. Monday Night Raw starts off with Randy Orton making his return after undisclosed injury that kept him on the bench for the last few weeks. And Randy Orton was about to say, where the hell has he been? But Riddle comes out of nowhere and interrupts him. Riddle then welcomes him back and told Randy that he missed him. And then Riddle tells him a story that his stepfather went out for some milk and never came back 25 years later and got lost and never came the fuck back. My God. Randy then tells Riddle that they did have a few matches together and got some buzz, but Riddle has been doing just fine since he's been gone. So basically, he's trying to keep this young goofball away from him. And my God, and the comparison that this made me think about was Nelson Muntz and Martin Prince from The Simpsons.
Oh my
yes,
God.
people. But people who do not know that episode that I'm talking about is called the Lemon of Troy episode, season 6 of The Simpsons. I think it's season 6, episode 21. I believe. So if you guys understand that episode in particular, you will understand why I made that reference. Next, we got the tag team champions AJ Styles and Omos interrupted coming out. And AJ marks Riddle and told him that Randy doesn't want nothing to do with him, doesn't want to be his friend. And AJ challenged AJ challenged Randy Orton to a match, and Randy Orton accepts. Orton tries to hit the RKO, but Omos blocked it. Riddle tries to hit an RKO himself, but almost blocked it as well. It almost just took Riddle out and left Orton, and Orton just left him. And looking at him in shock and disappointment, like, how am I going to be dealing with this kid? Moving on from that, the new structure is I'm going to just read out exactly what the hell happened on Raw, then you guys can go full blown nuts and just talk about it, okay? So, Baron Corbin receives a job offer from Jinder Mahal. Thank God the Caru's not here. To face Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre ended up defeating Baron Corbin. Corbin stopped the match in between to ask Drew for $100,000. Listen, if I could do that type of shit, man, I'll never have to work the fuck again. So I don't. This was just. I mean, people may disapprove of Baron Corbin's gimmick and role, but I find this shit fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. So as much as he kept begging, and as we go into SmackDown and see what the hell happened there, you see why I kept laughing this whole entire week. This whole being Corbin had made me smile this week. I don't know about you guys though, but that actually made me smile. The NXT champion Karrion Kross had defeated Jeff Hardy. Oh God. We all know what this is going to happen. As I get into the news and rumors later on during the show, the whole trajectory of NXT will be changing in the next few weeks. I'll say probably after SummerSlam. I'll probably say after SummerSlam or somewhere at the beginning of the fall, where we're going to get into that. Alexa Bliss defeats Doudrop with a roll-up after Lily causes a fucking distraction and winks at Doudrop. Now, if I was someone that was sitting there in that audience, right, you know for damn well that's all computer generated, the whole wink thing that had happened. So if I'm sitting there like a fucking goofball and say, wait, the dog's supposed to wink at this? And my kid would have been next to me and they would have been amused. I'm like, yo, we leaving. We done here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we done it over. We done. You know what I mean? But this whole thing with Lily and Alexa Bliss is starting to be stagnant to my mind. You're killing this character too. And I think you're killing this character just because of Bray Wyatt. And which you fucking really asked earlier this week anyway. So now you're showing us that we can take a gimmick that someone else created and run it to the ground to where it means absolutely nothing. Nothing. And Doudrop is the stupidest thing, and they're still running his name. This almost gave me a seizure and a half earlier. Then we get the United States champion Sheamus defeated Ricochet in a great match. After that match was over, Damian Priest comes out to confront him. So that's pretty much what's going to be setting up Damian Priest versus Sheamus for the United States Championship for SummerSlam. Next, we got Damian Priest defeating John Morrison. That match was actually pretty good. but it wasn't better than what the John Morrison versus Ricochet match from weeks ago was. That was a stellar match. And please, bring Ricochet back on television and make him a prominent role on that fucking roster. Otherwise, he should have released his ass too, and he could have went back to AAA. Speaking of AAA, Triple Mania is on tonight. Kenny Omega will be defending that Triple Mania against Andrade tonight. Oh, I can't wait for that. And New Japan Wrestling's Resurgence is on tonight too. So there's a case of some of you guys got nothing to watch tonight.
Oh, looking forward to that show.
Oh yes.
Y'all want to know who's Mox's partner is?
Hey, I'm not done yet. We can talk about that in a little bit. We don't want to spoil the surprise earlier. That's just for the fans who does have nothing really to watch and shit like that. I just gave him 2 things to watch this week. Well, tonight, matter of fact. Next, after the match, the Miz revealed that he was fine. He ran away from Priest, so he's not selling that leg injury anymore. He's fully healed. Priest then challenges Sheamus to a match for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. Sheamus accepts and told Priest to be ready for the fight of his life. I can actually vouch for Sheamus on this. Sheamus can actually give some people a great match in that ring, tell a story, and more importantly, even when he's not being pushed, he's still giving you gold in that ring. So you can't talk shit about that guy. T-Bar defeated Mustafa Ali. Trash. R-Truth and Akira tried to pin the 24/7 champion Reggie, but he got away. I'm telling you right here, right now, baby, just abolish this goddamn belt. Just do it, please. Throw away this belt. Bring back the hardcore belt. It's what the hell I would ask. But I'm not going to Good luck with my theory and thought. MVP then said that Bill Goldberg attacked him like a coward last week and lied and saying that he threatened his 15-year-old son, Gage Goldberg. Wow. Didn't really expect that to really be the name of his kid, but whatever. Ain't your name. The MVP tells Gage to convince his dad not to show up to SummerSlam or else Goldberg will not have no one to blame but himself after Bobby Lashley ends his career in the ring. Lashley then claims that Goldberg is not next. He's done. So I'm guessing he just referred him to a nice, well-done steak. Yes, Uncle Fast, who is not here. I said steak, not bacon. Raw Nikki Cross. Excuse me, not Nikki Cross. Sorry, folks. See, I'm so pre-programmed of the other gimmick besides this one. Nikki Ash, almost superhero, versus Rhea Ripley in a disqualification because of Charlotte, the Omni Flare, fart sound in the background, interfered. After the match, Charlotte beats both down and poses with the Raw Women's Championship. So we already know that this is fixing to be the triple threat match that we all been talking about for the last week. Between the Ash, Rhea Ripley, and Charlotte Flair, triple threat. Somehow they're going to try to protect Charlotte. Somehow, we might never know. Rhea might actually just win that belt, and then she got no other choice but to be a heel. I don't know, but this is the way that I'm just envisioning it, but can't quite put my finger on it. Elias then went to the woods to destroy his guitar. He says the WWE stood for Walk with Elias, but now Elias is dead. So now we get Elias going through a gimmick transformation. We wonder what's going to pop out with him in the next few weeks. So keep an eye out for him. Then we get Randy Orton in the main event, defeating Raw Tag Team Champion AJ Styles in a great match. After that match was over, before that, AJ Styles was trying to do the phenomenal forearm onto Randy Orton, but instead Randy Orton counters and hits him with an unexpected RKO to end that match. Okay, so after the match was over, Riddle went for a hug from Orton. Orton eventually denies it at first, and then he hugged him. Gotta give the people what they want. They celebrated, but Orton RKO poor Riddle and rubbed his head and said, "Oh, you still got a lot to learn." That's how we're gonna end up. That's how we end Monday Night Raw. After Raw was over, John Cena came out when the cameras were off and got these two to hug it out. They got to get the people what they want, and then you need an X factor in it, and his name was John Cena. And we had Raw, and that was Monday Night Raw this past week. I said all the fuck I said in this goddamn thing. The only thing that I can really vouch for was Randy and AJ Styles. Sheamus, Ricochet, Damian Priest, and John Morrison to a certain extent. Everything else I wasn't really into anymore because we already know we already foreshadowed what the hell could happen on that night next week Saturday at SummerSlam. So that's all I really got to say about this. We're gonna go to the First Lady first, and then lastly we're gonna go into Dukes.
Not much to say. This whole Alexa and Dewdrop and Lily storyline, it's like, oh, get rid of it, please. It's giving me a headache. No more.
Anything else?
No, that's it. That's about it.
I mean, there's gotta be more than you gotta be venting that anger, deeper frustration of why this old man, 75 years old, is killing the main flagship show of his enterprise, and he's making it to a fucking laughing stock.
I can't answer that. I mean, it's been Raw's been a disaster for, gosh, I don't even know how long now. It's like unwatchable at this point. Things aren't gonna change until he's gone. Like,
you mean to tell me that until the old man dies?
Pretty much.
After the old man dies, and whoever that takes over the wrestling aspect of the company and not the business aspect, that will have to be split between Stephanie and Shane, and maybe Linda will have to get a win in here because I don't know if that Nick Khan dude and John Laurinaitis is even the prime fit for that role, and neither will be Bruce Pritchard. I'm sorry, Bruce Pritchard has been the longest person that's still been there next to Kevin Dunn. In the whole entire 30, 40 years that them two combined have been there. So imagine Bruce Pritchard taking over the reins of the wrestling aspect of WWE. That thing would be a fucking disaster.
It would.
Disaster. Michael Hayes will probably have a better chance with that than he does.
Definitely agree. Things need to change.
Dude. Come on, dude, because you over here laughing like a motherfucker. Go on. You had something in your mouth. Go ahead.
All right, listen. This is why I keep telling everybody, fuck WWE, because this ain't shit.
You could be saying fuck Monday Night Raw, because you ain't going to talk shit like that.
I'll point this. Monday Night Raw. I should go back and get my old catchphrase real quick, because this gets two shits and toilet flush.
Oh my God! Here we go. Here we go.
I forgot. Miss Char, you probably might not know my catchphrase. So I'm gonna break this down to you. Whenever you see a show that makes you want to go to sleep, and you wake up, it's still on, and brings you some still hot garbage. It's two shits and a toilet flush. You can probably take a shit and come back, watch it, and make your stomach hurt, and still go to the bathroom, take another shit.
Fucking stupid. Fucking reckless already, right?
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. No. Shit.
It actually puts me to sleep. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, damn. They actually put you to sleep this week?
Yeah.
Told you.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
See, that's
some
bad.
Real heat shit right there.
Like I said, that's sad. If it had to take a wrestling fan to be put to sleep,
it's sad because I used to be able to go sit and watch 3 hours of Raw and all this and SmackDown and all this stuff every week, but it's like now it's like so unwatchable. I mean,
I'll pause this. Go ahead.
It's the same stuff every week. It's like 50-50 booking, same storylines for months and months and months. It's like, give us something new.
Give me something new would mean firing at least 50%, 60% of the damn writers, because they're not really doing that much shit. And then you got these corporate sponsors that's there too, and they're gonna want a product that they can get behind because they want to go back to the old days, as we once said. They will lose so much goddamn money that it'll be so hard to replace that money right back doing new things or going to new advertisement, new sponsors like this. So according to them, money equals everything, even if they gotta be disposing their roster, as we're gonna talk about in the next little while when it comes to these latest releases that just happened the beginning of the week. Yeah, kind of shocking too. So you see what the company is saying. Could be a few side things. Either Vince McMahon has dementia, or he's about to make the biggest sell of his life, selling his company and rise to the sunset and die on his couch. But I don't think life outside of wrestling is in Vince McMahon's vocabulary or memory.
No, definitely not.
So you're gonna have him dying in that chair, and you're gonna have to remove his body, and that whole office now is a crime scene.
Yeah,
he might be running that shit like Walt Disney.
No, listen. You can pull an Undertaker burying Paul Barrett in that fake cement putty at the Great American Bash 2004. I have no choice.
No.
Yeah, exactly. With Vince, where it comes to Triple H looking at him like, listen, father-in-law, I have no choice. You're killing something that I love. I can say that I gotta take over the rings. No. And we just and it was gonna happen just like that. Watch. Somehow, some goddamn way, but we'll move forward. Let's go to Tuesday night from the NXT. One of the Tuesdays, folks. As I take this puff real quick.
For Tuesday, you know what? I feel sorry for you, Triple H.
Hey, can I actually get past this real quick and then we can talk about that? All right. So NXT starts with Dakota Kai defeating Saray, which has a good opener. After the match is over, the NXT Women's Champion Raquel Gonzalez chases off Dakota and claims that she will tear her apart at NXT TakeOver 36. Dexter Lumis picks up Indy Hartwell to go on their first date. Oh my God. Just the way that Johnny and Candice LeRae had to sell trying to be nice to Dexter, even after all this, and yet they're still going on with this, had me laughing too. I just said, Jesus, like this guy Shawn Michaels running all over this damn thing. This had to be. Oh my God! But this is something you can laugh. Yeah, but this is something you can smile about. Ilya Dragunov, says that he will make history in Walter's NXT UK title reign at TakeOver 36. Pete Dunne interrupts, comes out and says, it said Dragunov owes him a thank you for putting NXT UK on the map, and if it wasn't for him, Dragunov would never even exist. Dragunov reminded Dunne that he couldn't beat Walter and claimed that he would do what Dunne was never able to do. Dragunov challenged Dunne to a match. Dunne accepts and says that after tonight, Dragunov won't be able to make it to TakeOver. So that was the main deal. That's the main event for the night. Ooh, I was clearing at home. Shit, yes. $1 Million champion LA Knight defeats Andre Chase. After the match was over, Ted DiBiase comes out and told Cameron Grimes, who's still in the butler suit, that he has gone on way long enough and that he should be a champion. LA says that he will give Grimes another opportunity at NXT TakeOver 36 for the $1 million title, but if Grimes does not win, Ted DiBiase must become his new butler as well. DiBiase agrees on the gambler situation and he takes the stipulation. He accepts it. Something's going to tell me that this is not going to end well. And I hope and pray, and I'm sorry, I might have to be the one to kind of bust some people's bubbles here. Cameron Grimes needs to get the hell away from that goddamn suit. He needs to seriously get away from that goddamn suit. And Gigi Dolan defeated Mari Miller. And, Gigi's starting to take up Mandy Rose's advice and see how that kind of placates itself. So we're going to see something happening between the two of them, or three, if the person comes into the mix in the next few weeks. Then we got NXT General Manager William Regal held a meeting between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly at NXT TakeOver 36. It'll be a 2 out of 3 falls. Kyle picked the stipulation for the first fall, which would be a normal match. Cole picked his stipulation for the second match, which would be a street fight. And Regal picked the last stipulation, that would be a steel cage match. Whoa. What a way to blow off this rivalry, right? Next, we got the second round of the NXT breakout tournament. Odyssey Jones defeated Trey Baxter. And if you just look at these two comparisons, Jesus Christ. Odyssey Jones is going to be safe in NXT because this is exactly what the hell fuck Vince wants. I'm sorry. Yes, he is. Hey, he's lucky to be at the right place at the right time. And I said that to myself. He's at the right place at the right time right now, especially if they're about to go do this whole change and makeover and presentation over in NXT. He's going to be just fine. He's going to be safe. See, and that's the reason why, and I have another argument to play. You should have never got rid of Bronson Reed. And that's the fucking case. And now you just did an ass backwards move, Vince. Super you. Anyway, Boa defeated Drake Maverick with some help from May, blowing smoke in Drake's face, which this whole thing was stupid. And Drake Maverick, I thought he was released. Unless I could have been wrong. But then again, he's been getting scapegoat from the skin of his teeth for nearly months now. It seems like everyone that he's paired off with, gone. Next, we get Dexter Lewis and Indy Hartwell goes out on their date. But Johnny Gargano dresses himself up as the butler, as the waiter, follows them, and ended up dumping a cake on Dexter Lewis's face. But Indy Hartwell doesn't care. She gonna look that cake off his face and was about to go for a cake. She put her face in front of the camera. Last but not least, we get the main event, which was Pete Dunne defeating Ilya Dragunov after NXT UK champion Walter provided a distraction after the match. Walter and Ilya got into a brawl with Ilya standing tall, and that's how we ended Tuesday night's NXT. Yes, Dragunov and Walter 3. Can't wait for that. That should be the main event, but of course the main event is going to be Kerry Cross versus Samoa Joe. The whole Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lewis thing, yeah, it had me chuckle and laugh, but the whole Gargano now is going to be under serious about what the hell's going to happen with him when this whole new implemented style and presentation has changed. But the 2 out of 3 falls match by Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, this guy be the passing of the torch and making a new babyface superstar. But what's going to happen with Kyle O'Reilly? So there's a bunch of questions that has to be answered for NXT. I think they're waiting until after TakeOver to pull the trigger and implement a lot of these changes now. So I'm kind of scared, y'all. I really am kind of scared. Now, if they get Walter to come across seas from the UK to NXT, that will make Vince McMahon so damn happy. But we all know Walter is not going to want to move to the East. No. You know what I'm saying? No. He's going to want to stay put. So good luck trying to convince him to do that. Otherwise, he's going to be gone too. Now, Dukes, if AEW went after Walter, I would smile. I would seriously say AEW did the best move by grabbing Walter as soon as he got released. That's it. So I got nothing to say about this. It was better than Raw. That's something I'm gonna be saying completely that in honesty. So I had no problems with NXT. I just only have an issue with what's about to happen with the roster and several other smaller storylines like the LA Knight and Cameron Grimes. It's kind of done and over with. Now it's time to just move on from that. And LA Knight should be going on his own path to another championship, be a dual champion, if that's going to be the fucking case. Or otherwise, you got to take that belt back off him. That's all I got to say about my take. Y'all got the floor.
Go ahead, Miss Shaw. I'll let you go first.
I feel bad for what's going on in NXT. I mean, it's sad. You don't know what direction that company's going in with all these new changes. Like, oh, you have to be a certain age. Oh, you have to be a certain size. Pretty much that whole roster is going to be gutted. I swear. But really looking forward to that the O'Reilly Cole match, just for the outcome alone, just to see what direction that's going in. Because we know Cole's contract is supposedly up after SummerSlam weekend, so it's like, will he stick around and go to the main roster, or is he headed to AEW? I think that match will be a huge deciding factor in that.
All right, so basically what you're saying is if Adam Cole wins, he's going to the main roster. If he loses, he's out the door.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. I can actually see that happening.
That sounds fair. That really does. All right. Look, we all say we all feel sorry for NXT stars, but you know what? I feel sorry for Triple H.
I know. Same here.
Because it's like this. That was his baby. We all could literally say NXT is Triple H's baby.
Yeah.
Like, we all sat there and watched NXT grow up from being a joke to being taken seriously to become that third brand. And now, you know what? Now, let's get this motherfucker out. Now, we all say talk about the smaller we all can say talk about the smaller superstars. But there's a couple more that we forgot to even talk about. What's going to happen to? We forget about Ciampa.
Yes.
No offense. Even tag team champions. MSK. We forget about Cameron Grimes got focused in on. The whole entire Mexican El Fantasma and probably Hit Row. It might be a change for the whole entire. We might see this. Only people that might be left, or might be the female roster. Probably some of the NXT, Odyssey, who they want to try to build as Mark Henry. And if they try to bring Walter, but if Walter don't come, AEW, Impact, holler at that man. No,
yeah.
New Japan, holler at that man.
Yeah, if he becomes a free agent, he'd be a huge asset to companies like Impact or AEW or New Japan or any of those companies. He'd be a big fit.
I agree. I like that, but there are certain other wrestlers that'll be good. The Gargano, probably one of the greatest wrestlers that NXT has. If Adam Cole is a free agent, I'll probably bet you half the roster's going, probably headed over with him to AEW, or probably headed to Impact Wrestling or or ROH, and then probably head on to AEW in that short period of time. Because we already know that Candice LeRae, she's gonna be dipping soon. Gargano up in the air, Ciampa up in the air, Tiffany Thatcher up in the air. All these cruiserweights, 205s, lives up in the air. So Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg. I have a barbecue.
y'all could come. Bring Stephanie to. I know she's hurting with you because I know you probably sitting crying to her, saying how your father-in-law fucked you up from taking your baby away from you, and how you're no longer running this shit no more. So how about you could probably go to AEW as well, and you could probably go against your own daddy, and let's see how that works. Because with your brain cells, probably make some Cody's, game over. My fancy booking right there. Triple H and Cody Rhodes together versus Vince McMahon.
Sounds good to me. I'll take it.
I'll probably bet.
Man, no one wants to see that 75-year-old man after that fucking ring. Get the fuck out of here.
No.
Get
Not in the
fuck
ring.
out of here, dude. What kind of theory was that?
No, not in the ring. I'm talking about pure.
You talking about business-wise?
Yes. Pure
to have
business
Triple H and
wrestling.
Cody, two people that you know could be more opposite of each other, but then again, in similarity, they do have the qualities that matches each other. So I understand that, but to have that combined together, oh my god, you know how badly that open door from WWE to AEW would be because of that.
But you take a look at it. Do you know how when Triple H first got into NXT, he wanted to do all that stuff that Cody's doing now?
Mm-hmm. That's why he was trying to expand NXT to the far east. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to develop a stronghold out there that eventually, if it got in good, then at least they can do what AEW has been actively doing with Impact, with NWA to a certain extent, in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So we totally get it. I understand that.
So I'm saying, Cody's doing right now what Triple H should have been doing, but Vince is not allowing him to do that shit. So I'm saying is, if Triple H and Cody got together, that's over. That's over.
Maybe.
Game, set, match, win.
Maybe.
Because, like I said, this is how the mindset works. You got two people that is known for the wrestling industry. You have not heard one bad thing that Triple H has done when he became a backstage influencer. For backstage, you have multiple wrestlers sat there and say like, yo, Triple H is this. All good things. All great things. Can you imagine what he'll do if he was a part of the rival company?
And
then let's say he brings
but what if
all that experience
but what if he pulls off a Vince Russo with AEW? What if all this shit is just one big ass scheme to get him so riled up to leave, go over to AEW, and then he turns it into a fucking laughing stock again? What if?
But I'll put like this. But you take a look at Triple H. As what he did in NXT.
Listen, Vince Russo was the perfect plan for WCW, and then you see how badly that went.
But like I said, I'm gonna say it like this: if that was the case, he'll probably have done the NXT. You might see him as a wrestler, but certain times and certain things, you have to step back, and that's what he's doing. He stepped back and let his wrestlers shine. And that's same thing as what Cody doing in AEW. He allowed everybody to get the victories off of him, and what he's doing, he's stepping back and letting all the wrestlers shine. Because there's not one match that you can literally say now about Cody. Now, if Triple H was going, that they haven't done together. It's all the same shit. Let the wrestlers get over, let y'all get their shot, and let's go in the back.
Exactly. I mean, that's what the whole perspective of it should be about. Is you're trying to get your talent over. You're not trying to put yourself over. I mean, that's why a lot of those people are like failing. It's because they want to make themselves the star of the show, and their time has passed. You have to let the new generation, build them up, because they're going to be the future of the industry.
As I told y'all before, support your independent wrestling folks, because that's where some majority of these young cats that are hungry, that starving, that want that TV time. You're gonna be seeing them come up next. And you cannot be holding them. You cannot be holding back these guys, because these guys are like the CM Punks, the Daniel Bryans, the Adam Coles of wrestling as is right now. So at the rate that this thing is going, until I don't want to keep saying this, trying to jinx myself. Once the old man croaks, there's going to be a whole day where it's going to be mixed emotions. A lot. And some people is going to be thanking him for all that he's done. Certain people will be glad that he's dead. And there's going to be there's going to be race split in between good and bad, but at least they had a decent relationship with the guy. Shit, they can say it, we can't. We just fans. You know what I'm saying? So we just open and we're going to be like, well, thank you for bringing the one thing into our lives that made me a wrestling fan in the goddamn first place. So yes, if it really wasn't for you, Vince McMahon, I want to be the wrestling fan that I am. So much as people in this group want to bash you so damn bad, I'm not going to be completely burying you like that. At least I'll try to give you at least a cone to breathe from whenever you are on the dirt.
Sorry.
That'll be my only way to try to give him some type of salvation, but everybody else, I don't know, man. They're trying to bury him like the Mafia done a hit, and then now they're trying to bury up the body.
I'm sorry. He might get buried. The only thing he probably have up sticking might be his middle finger.
No, stop it, dude. Stop it. Stop it. That man I gave you some great memories to that you can't say he hadn't done shit for. So much as you want to keep bashing the product, I understand the current product, but what about the times of yesteryears? Besides from 94 to 96. And so forth later on, maybe I would say probably from 2010. No, I'll go a little bit back. I gotta start from the 80s all the way up to maybe 93. Sorry. That was the year that we were watching shit, but we were kids because we always believed in superheroes and shit like that. I know for damn well you was, because the same way how my thought process was, yours was on probably the same part way too. So,
my favorite wrestler when I was a kid was Macho Man.
And that man is probably never going to be in the Hall of Fame until this man dies too. So keep thinking about that too.
Who?
You know who? You know
Macho?
who? Yeah.
Macho is in the Hall of Fame.
He's not going to be there. They might find some new shit to try to blacklist him. But I'm just saying.
No, he's in the Hall of Fame. His brother put him in the Hall of Fame. What are you talking about?
Listen, even though they may put people in the Hall of Fame, they can still take people off it.
In that case, half the people that's in the Hall should be taken off.
I know, but for certain reasons alone, Vince McMahon is not going to pull that out his ass and try to make him look like the bad guy. Like, you see what I'm saying? So this late in the game, he can't do that. That's all I'm saying. But enough about Tuesday night. It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. These still doing their pants up. The AEW Dynamite show. Dynamite started off with a tribute graphic for the beautiful Bobby Eaton, as I told y'all last week that how he passed away at the age of 62. God rest his soul. The opening match. Woo-wee! Oh my God. The fucking elite, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, defeated Dante Bryan and the Seidel brothers, but after the match, Christian Cage and Jurassic Express came out, and Christian said that he's been granted a match against Kenny Omega for the Impact World title on the debut edition of AEW Rampage. Actually, we're going to get into that later. But, oh my God, the MVP of the goddamn match was, of course, Dante motherfucking Martin. Put some motherfucking respect on that young man's name. Oh, Jesus Christ. From the minute that he had the heart tag, from the minute that he was in a one-on-one situation with Kenny Omega, he has stolen that goddamn match. Stole it. Pure young, raw athleticism, high flyer at his finest. And I guess from the look of things, he can look like he can pass for the black and white audiences. So, that's why we're seeing him again. Yeah, I'm sorry. And I mean, listen, shout out to Jobber Tears podcast, by the way. They made an argument about this earlier that, yeah, they may have African American wrestlers, but you don't see them that much on the main television programming, such as AEW Dynamite. And now they're being on Elevation and Dark more often than anything else.
Technically not really.
Listen, I'm sorry, but they were on the money with it. It sounds like to me that some of that little racial thing it's still there, but it's not the one company who views how they see their world champion in the face of a company being. It's not the similar thing when it's over here on the other side of another company that just started up a few years back. Give these people a chance, God damn it. Powerhouse Hobbs is another prime goddamn example that shit and Ben had the rocket ship on his goddamn back. So we're in the midst of this. And much people want to keep saying, why did AEW buying up WWE, ex-WWE talent? And then you see the like Miro with the TNT title. Powerhouse Hobbs have been there in that company since day one and worked his way up from the dark to get on that main television spot. And now he's in the stable where I feel like now I can break the fuck away and start his own shit over. I'm not done yet. But majority of what I'm seeing is all one particular color. I'm not trying to be, real obvious with this one, folks. I'm trying to be subtle. Subtle as possible with this. You got a talented, diverse locker room. Make something work with these African wrestlers, please. That's all I'm begging all these promotions to do. Okay? I mean, I don't know what the issue is. I think the issue is people make fragment and stagmite black athletes everywhere in the world. Because why? I don't want to dig too deep into this. But African Americans are the most culturally athletic nation of the fucking planet. We are naturally gifted people. You can't say nothing about that because at one point the NFL was one migration and it completely turned the fuck over within 40 years. And then you see what happened now. Same thing for basketball too. It's trying to happen. They're just trying to keep certain diversity down, pressed down. To where this is our sport, you're not going to come in here and take over the fuck that we built the fuck up. And that's exactly what the fuck that it gives me that vibe. I'm sorry. Listen, I truly am, folks. And yes, folks, yes, folks, I know I'm being outspoken as fuck, but we live in the same world that is kind of mirroring to what the hell our parents have went through. Sorry. And I really want to say it, but as once I'm really going to have to put this point across, it's really seeing that. For me, being as a 31-year-old black man, I see it in more ways than one, and not just the obvious ways either. Just saying. Moving on from that, Malachi Black then says that he had made good of what he promised. Malachi claimed that Cody Rhodes has one foot in the grave and asked Cody where he wants to join and where he wants to plant the other one at. So it's just a matter of time when they'll have the rubber match. Malachi then said that he would make the rest of the AEW locker room look so desolate that they will be able to talk about the shadows that realize that they have been arguing with God. Whew. Dark, eerie stuff right there, though. Dark, eerie stuff, and I want to say, if you want to walk down the alley and then you see Malachi Black in there, I turn the other fucking way. Forget it. Miro versus Fuego del Sol for the TNT Championship has been announced for the debut edition of AEW Rampage. If Fuego wins it, he will be able to get signed to an AEW contract. So that was up and ante to this. Darby Allin defeats Daniel Garcia. 2.0 tried to attack Darby, but Sting took them out. But underline his name too, Daniel Garcia, bro. I'm sorry, man. That kid got something in him. He's special. And you know what he reminds me of, low key? Timothy Thatcher. That's just from, that's just from my vision, though. I don't know how everybody will probably look at him play. But from him, I was like, it's like a Drogonov, but sewing in that British type of wrestling style that he had. That he was wrestling in that match had made me really look at him like, oh my god, like, yo, they got someone right there, like, yo, keep him. Like if I was building, if I was building my promotion, he'd be one of those guys that I'd be getting in that draft quick. Daniel Garcia, man, you with us. Come on. Next, we got the Hardy Family Office defeating Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Wheeler Yuta. Which can actually the fact that that NXT WWE had passed on Wheeler Yuta when he went out for his tryout run, for a week, and now look at him now. This is man talking, folks. Y'all stop this old man. Next, we got a backstage segment. Pac tells the Lucha Bros that he will take care of Andrade El Diallo, and he wants to focus on capturing AEW World Tag Team titles. Andrade accepts Pac's challenge, and the match has been made official for All Out. Ooh, that better be the fucking show stealer. But as far as I'm concerned, all the matches on All Out this upcoming pay-per-view, which is September 5th, which, yes, Char C is going to be there in person, which I'm jealous of.
Right, I am.
And that's going to be a lit ass show from beginning to end. So
it is.
I'm looking forward to some pictures, some photos at least.
I definitely will.
Next we get Chris Statlander defeating Nyla Rose in a pretty good match. I really thought Nyla was really going to win this thing, but Chris Statlander actually reverses the move and wins on her own. Oh, Jesus, they're going to prime her up to be the number one contender to face Britt Baker for the title. If anything else, I think they definitely keep it Thunder Rosa for later on, maybe like Revolution time, to have the rematch. And then that's what's going to be the trilogy of matches that's going to define AEW Women's Division. It's basically going to be giving us the comparison between Trish Stratus versus Lita. This is going to be one of their prime rivalries that they're going to be built up for years to come. Watch. Just saying that. Then we get the AEW Women's World Champion Britt Baker and Red Velvet coming face to face. Britt says that she accomplished her dreams and brought hope to her city. Yes, she was in her backyard that night, and she was in her backyard. Then, a couple of nights later, Britt versus Red Velvet for the AEW Women's title has been announced for the main event for the debut edition of AEW Rampage. So yes, we got that, and we got a stellar match when it came to that. Good Brothers defeated the Dark Order, consists of Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, to retain the Impact World Tag Championships. Of course, they wasn't going to drop it there. The Factory then attacked Tony Schiavone's son, Chris Schiavone, for disrespecting QT Marshall. This had me laughing because Paul White comes out and takes out Aaron Stolo with a choke slam while QT Marshall and Camarado escapes. Damn, Bruce, I didn't know that he was down there.
Hey, nah, that ain't me. That was Uncle Fats. He said he took over the Big Show role.
Okay, fine. Last but not least, we got the main event, which was Chris Jericho defeating Wardlow in the fourth Labors of Jericho. And what the hell has been going on with this? And like I told you guys last week, just the way how they booked this week-to-week thing had gotten all ass backwards. It really should have been Nick Gage, Labor number 4, and he would have got the fuck out of that. Then he could have got after MJF. Then at least he would have came in bruised up. Then he could have sell all the bumps and bruises and injuries when it comes to their match at the pay-per-view. and then you get a more baby sympathetic win. They just way that this whole rotation was ass backwards. But anyways, Chris Jericho had defeated Warlord after hitting him with the bat. Lucille. After the match, MJF made Jericho tap out and announced that they would face off next week, and Jericho can't come out to Judas, and he can't use the Judas effect at all. Point blank period. And that was the end of Wednesday Night Dynamite. I said what I had to say. The MVP of the whole goddamn show, matter of fact, the whole goddamn week, okay, was Dante fucking Martin. Yes, he was the fucking MVP of the goddamn week because he showed the fuck out more than I ever would have thought that he could have done it. And I wish his partner a speedy recovery. Hopefully that he's back on time because they need to get pushed for the tag team titles. Yes. Seriously, like my fucking god. Now will be the time to get a new young tag team out there, strike and get these young kids and female demographics up, and that would be a nice ass catch. Trust and believe. Everything else was solid. Especially the Christian Cage and Kenny Omega announcement. I'm looking forward to that. Daniel Garcia, I underline his name if I was wrestling fans that really wanted to watch some great technical wrestling. Watch his stuff. He is going to be something. If AEW picks him up and signs him and nurtures him the same way that they're going to nurture Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara, he's going to be one of those next crop of talent too. Mark my words. Britt Baker is just the most awesome female heel in that industry right now. She got the town on fire. They got the town waving around the yellow towels and shit like that. Oh God, Jesus. She is white hot right now as far as we're concerned. The whole QT Marshall thing should have been done on Elevation or Dark. It should have made no difference with this, unless you're telling me that this is going to build up QT Marshall versus Paul White at one of the either Elevation or Dark. But I think they're really going to prolong this thing to be the kickoff to All Out. And that's what I got to say about AEW Dynamite. Char, you got the floor, honey.
I definitely agree with a lot of what you said. The star of Dynamite to me, by far and away, was Dante Martin. I mean, he stole that show. Wasn't even close. As for Daniel Garcia, I've seen a lot of comparisons to Daniel Bryan out there too. And I can't wait for this whole Jericho MJF thing to be over with. Like, the crowd's gonna sing Judas anyway, so I mean it's like, yeah, he can't come out to his music, but the crowd will sing it for him, so I mean that defeats the purpose almost. But yeah, Dante, the future's looking. AEW, please.
Oh, man. Thank you, Char, honey. Dukes, go ahead. You got the floor.
All right. You know what? Let me piggyback off what you said earlier. Right, that discussion about.
Dude, I can't. I'm not letting you piggyback the heavy ass off my back. Get out of here.
Listen.
Get the fuck out of here. You want to piggyback off me? You want to break my
spark? You got strong back. Listen, you got strong back. You know some go runners before. Listen, I see you. You looked up a silverback. It's all right.
What? All right. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen. What Black Hawk was talking about earlier about the whole diversity of AEW is AEW really does have the. No, let's cut the chase. Black wrestlers. Everybody forgets Ricky Starks, Will Hobbs, Scorpio Sky, Red Velvet. A person that you see that Jobber Slam. Who is that? Who's that lady that from AEW that say happy birthday to me? Big Swole, right?
Shout out to Big Swole, that new Battle Club Pro Icon Women's Champion. Put some respect on her name And you gotta give praise to Tasha Steelz, even though that she gave me the finger during the match. I'm like, wow, okay, she really is a pro legal badass. All right, then I fucks with her, but she didn't have to give me that fucking finger because I said nothing to her. That was someone that was right next to me that said that shit. So Tasha, if you ever hear this podcast, oh, and one more thing. Shout out to Savannah Evans. That's a great pickup for a bodyguard. As we get into Impact Wrestling, we'll talk about that too. Shout out to Savannah Evans though, because she was there on Friday nights. We Are Wrestling's event on when we started something. She was there that night too. So I hope and pray that she won her match last night. Because if she did, then I would love to get her on the show. But Dukes, go ahead. You got the floor.
All right. But like I said, they do have the African American superstars. It's just that right now, maybe they try to groom it into mega stars. You can probably groom a wrestler to become a mega star. You can probably groom. Everybody had to go to the bumps and bruises before they become the top notch superstar. But let's get back to AEW as the show took place on Wednesday. This past Wednesday night. Man, oh man, oh man. For all the youth wrestlers, y'all did y'all thing. But on top of that, there's one team that y'all should even talk about. That Dark Order. Because I'll put it like this. That match between the Good Brothers, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, y'all get y'all just dues. Because how they made it look, it made y'all even think like they could actually win that titles. And for me, I love tag team. Everybody knows. Yes, and everybody knows me. I love my tag team wrestling. And that was a good tag team wrestling match. Because it have y'all as your seats. Y'all sit there thinking like, ooh, y'all gonna win. Damn. Y'all was so close. Maybe next time. That's where y'all have me at. But I'm gonna say is this is no lie. Let's prepare for another invasion angle coming. We see one from Bullet Club that's somewhat Impact, right? Can we see a Bullet Club headed over to? Actually, we did see a Bullet Club member going at Moxley. Actually, not Moxley, Archer. But can we see the Bullet Club going after the Good Brothers? Can
Possibly.
we see the Gorillas of Destiny head to AEW and go down to those?
No, the Firing Machine Squad. No, the Firing Machine Squad. Hakuzula group.
Those are his sons.
Yeah,
Gorillas
exactly.
of Destiny are his sons.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, like those two right there. I'm like, those two are just waiting in the wing, and one of them is on our side right now, which makes it even more funnier. I'm like, oh, this is going to be blowing up in New Japan's face with the very moment when they get the situation straight. They're going to be red hot too when everything comes back.
So can you imagine just seeing that in an AEW ring? Because we all sat there and see what happened on Rampage. But can you imagine this happening?
Yeah, let's not discuss Rampage right now, but just.
No, I'm sick of the Wednesday. Like I said, I'm sick of the Wednesday, but can you imagine this happened on Wednesday's night? And I'll prove like that.
That I could easily see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that.
Well, we turn the page to Thursday. Start with Impact Wrestling too. Let's see what happened over there as well. The Skyway Studios in Nashville. 10 the key. Of course. Oh man. Just this whole thing. I'm actually kind of shocked that I haven't really under the rail from Impact though, but they've been having some great viewerships lately. we got the opening match with Tennille Dashwood with Kayla with a K. Oh my God, yo. I'm sorry. This shit had me dying when I first watched this. And let me remind you, I didn't watch it when it debuted. I watched it the day after. So I try to get a full understanding from beginning to end of how this whole thing is structured. So it gives me, I call this my learning curve, my relearning curve of Impact Wrestling. Since I haven't touched this company since, I have to take a real shot in the dark with this. It gotta be way back then. It gotta be way when I was still in college. So that, at least by that time, I know it's it.
All right. Tell me who the wrestler, and I can help you.
Josh Alexander was one person.
No, I'm talking about like the last time we watched Impact Wrestling.
Had it been when they just rechristened it Impact Wrestling. I think at the very beginning. Well, it used to be from a 6-sided ring to a 4-sided ring with blue ropes, right?
14?
Yep, that was the year I graduated from college, so it had to be around that time. But nonetheless, it was a recover for me to try to get better understanding of the product, okay? Anyway, so, Tennille Dashwood with Caleb with the K versus Taylor Wilde, who just came back the previous week, where she hasn't been around for the last couple of months. And so during this whole match, which was great, to me, it was a good back and forth match. So I had nothing really too much to say about it. I mean, Caleb with a K did his part, trying to get some heat on him, and more importantly, trying to distract the ref. Just when you thought Taylor Wilde was about to win, you get the returning Madison Ray coming out and shoving Wilde's shoulders first to the ring post. And then Dashwood connects with a spotlight case to pick up the victory. 1, 2, 3. And Tennille Dashwood wins by pinfall. And then you see Madison Ray now, who I have no fucking idea about. So sorry, folks. Like I told y'all in the beginning of the season, when we first started Impact, I had very little knowledge besides the shit that I have remembered back then when TNA was around before it went to the whole Dickie Carter era and chaos. Before it got bought out and rechristened under Impact Wrestling. Okay? So I knew about the Impact and the Impact Heavyweight Championship. I knew about Christian Cage being over there. I knew about Bobby Lashley, shit like that, those people being over there from the past. But let me remind y'all, those were ex-WWE superstars. So, of course, when they've been on one television set and they go to another one, you're only going to remember the one that you know frequently because it was on each and every damn week on a higher, more powerful network. Compared to a smaller network where they basically was on a random ass channel. You had to find this shit going to wrestling websites like I'm doing currently today. We speak. So, for people that want to criticize Blackheart, go fuck yourselves for that one. And then now I have to speak up for myself when it comes to this. This is why we have Char C and Edukes that's more into. They have more knowledge and sense of history of this product than I and most other people in the group does. So, for people that want to criticize all the fuck you want, but I stand by what the fuck I just said. Next, we get the second match of the night, which is Josh Alexander versus Daivari. How do I know Daivari? Because Daivari was the former fucking manager of the Great Khali WWE back then. So you also remember his face. Daivari is just a little bit more bigger, still short, but just have no hair, but he still has a beard. But Josh Alexander, I knew. He was someone I kept my eye closely to. And he's been winning me over for the last several weeks. So during the whole vacation time, I was actually paying attention to the product. And I was seeing what the hell he was doing. But he is just a nice little submissionist too. And him versus Daivari ended up with Josh Alexander winning, eventually hitting the C4 spike to pick up the dub. But during the match, something came out to try to get a close view of the champion ahead of their title match coming up at Resurgence. If I'm getting that one correct, yes.
Emergence.
Yes, thank you. Yes, no, Resurgence.
Resurgence is the New Japan show.
Resurgence is New Japan. Emergence is Impact.
Yes.
See, I covered myself. I got it. Another Jay something in the ring with the belt, gets it back to Josh Alexander. He ran to whoop his ass to take it off from him that way, instead of going the heel way. So I'm gonna want to be paying close attention to this match. Well, me personally, because I kind of like both of these guys. The third match we got Chris Bay and Jay White, the Juice Robinson, and David Finlay.
Juice.
David Finlay, excuse me. But this whole thing right here, from beginning to end, was I'm sorry, I gotta call this one the show stealer. Chris Bay coming out with a new album too. Did y'all know? Did you know about that?
Yeah.
Oh, see, you're well into it, shit, man. I really don't. Anyway, so Finn Juice. Yeah, Finn Juice was about to get the dub, but Finn Juice was about to get the dub. But instead, they went by disqualification because Jay White hit with the belt and basically knocked out David Finlay. And this is a sign that they're having a match coming out at Resurgence, New Japan, for the open weight title. Yes. Still remember that. Woo-hoo. But yes, all this shit, and that's what I'm going to say at the end of our episode, saying that all this is like one big ass storyboard. Just trust me when I say this. Yes. Oh, Jesus. Where the hell was I even at? Oh, yeah. Finally about the time that approaches the Good Brothers in the tag, about the tag team championships being defended at Emergence between them two and Willie Mack and damn it. Do help me with this one. Willie Mack and who's the other one?
Oh, you're talking about which one?
Rich Swann, thank you. Excuse me. Yep. So that's being built up to that. And the real Sue Young and Kimberly Lee tried to take out Karen Hogan before Karen Hogan was trying to send a message to Tasha Steelz after the betrayal from last week with Savannah Evans. Kudos to both of y'all. Then we get Sue Young coming out, and I'm guessing from the week before, I think Sue Young was asking the mother's permission to take over someone's body, and she said yes, so she took over Kimberly's now. So Kimberly's mind controlling her and doing whatever she wants. This is exactly like Alexa Bliss controlling Reggie. They're trying to slap and do the crazy shit to Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler on Raw. Basically the similar thing, folks. So for those of you that do not know, now you guys know. Heading backstage, Tasha Steelz explains why she did what she did and why she picked up Savannah Evans in the first place. Fly two. Am I getting that one correct too? No, excuse me. Fowler goes up to Tasha and asks that they have a common problem and seek for help and shit like that. I don't think the man even got a clarified answer when it comes to that. So it looks like Kara Hogan is doing some other shit, and now Tasha's going to go on her own and try to go out to the knockout championship belt. Then we get another backstage with Melina, who made her return the previous week, is going to be set for an Impact in-ring debut next week coming up. Deanna Pearl just showed her a clip of her training with some submission specialists and see how that goes. And Melina said, "All right, I'll show you in the ring next week," and that's how that's going to prolong to be. The fourth match we got Matt Cardona versus John Skyler. Matt Cardona, yes, the same Matt Cardona that defeated Nick Gage for the GCW World Heavyweight title in that death match where he's still being criticized currently after today, especially with the pizza cutter spot. And just, Matt Cardona even released a list out of how to make GCW better, and I laughed. When I find that photo, I'm going to show y'all that. But nonetheless, the match is pretty decent for my taste, but I'm surprised that one person that I expected to see win did not win. But this John Skyler dude, he ended up picking up the victory by he rolling up for the package for the victory, another surprise roll up. So because he was distracted by Raheem Raju, that made absolutely no sense unless someone can fill in the blanks for me there. But as far as I can see, Mark Cardona and Rohit Raju is gonna be going back and forth with each other in the next few weeks. For the next few weeks, maybe not. We'll see what happens with that. Then we get the updated card for Impact Emergence. Kenny Omega will be taking. Oh, wait, I'm not going to reveal that right now. Excuse me. We still got to get into the fifth and final match, which was the 20-man battle royal. The winner will take on Kenny Omega for the Impact World Championship at Emergence. The participants were Eddie Edwards, Sami Callihan, Moose, William Morrissey, Chris Sabin, Trey Miguel, my guy, Petey Williams, Brian Myers, Ace Austin, Madman Fulton, Rhino, Suicide, Coney Diener, Rick Swan, Willie Mack, No Way Jose, Falaba, Sam Beal, John Swinger, and Hernandez. Half these names I do not really remember, but other names I do absolutely remember, especially Eddie Edwards, Sami Callihan, Bruce, W. Morrissey, because I definitely seen that last match that he had at the last pay-per-view. That's the one that I remember the most. Chris Sabin, Trey Miguel, Brian Myers, of course, Rhino. Like, there's a few people on this list that I actually have a keen knowledge and remembrance from. So I know, folks. But nonetheless, the winner of the whole goddamn thing, you wouldn't even fucking believe it. Brian Myers. Yes, the same Brian Myers. Kurt Hawkins and people who he won the whole Battle Royal, and now he's going to be facing Kenny Omega at the pay-per-view for the Impact World Heavyweight title.
I just said that.
Oh my god. Like, just buy this whole fucking goddamn thing. But now, as we're going to go into what happened on Friday, so this is what they have projected the match card to be. Kenny Omega defending against Brian Myers for the Impact World title. The Good Brothers taking on Rick Swan and Willie Mack versus Violent by Design in the triple threat match for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. Josh Alexander defending the X Division Championship against Jay Something. Petey Williams versus Steve Macklin. And then, of course, I think they're defending the Impact Knockout Championship at which, I mean, I don't think it's here. I think it was on the pay-per-view after this. Yes, I might need to confirm that. But Duke, if you're saying that that's the pay-per-view, then I'm going by whatever the hell that you tell me. Anyway, so
yeah, it's sorry, interrupt. It's gonna be defended at the NWA. Thanks to Mickey James.
Oh wow,
that could be a really good match.
Okay. I mean, shit, I'm already missing out on something right now that I should be watching my goddamn self. Anyway, so fuck that. But I mean, Impact was good to me. I mean, even though it's on for 2 hours, they actually base it off of wrestling. They base it off of really, I would say about a good 65%, but wrestling 35% would be like, comedy or any sports entertainment aspect of really trying to build up these matches and stuff like that in the pay-per-views. But yeah, I can see what Scott Dumont is doing, and I'm actually respecting the product a lot more each and every week that I'm watching it. So you get a thumbs up from me this week. At least this Impact did better than Raw. So,
every show is better than Raw at this point.
But listen, man, that means to tell me that now the Teletubbies, okay, are better than Monday Night Raw. That's sad.
Cut it off.
Say that, okay?
Sorry to say this. Dora the Explorer is better than Monday Night Raw.
Dude, you're sick. That's some sick shit.
I'd rather watch Swipe Her No Swipey than sit there watching Monday Night Raw.
And isn't it sad that you can say that? Wise. Come on.
No, he rather watch Basketball Wives or Love and Hip Hop or Black Ink Crew. Shout out to Black Ink Crew, by the way. Okay. I wouldn't even watch the YouTube before watching Monday Night Raw now.
Man, no offense. It's like I'd be skipping Raw. I'd be watching Elevation. I'd be watching Dark. I'd be watching anything but Raw.
NWA. And NWA Power, do not be sleeping on them either. They got some great wrestlers over there too, and they really hot. They really hit on the ground, like real shit.
Don't forget about MLW coming on Saturdays.
Oh yes, especially
my man Jacob Fatu.
And yes, please watch them. Watch MLW too, especially the latest pay-per-view was Battle Riot 3. That was the last one that's the last one that they had, and I watched it. That was a pretty dope ass pay-per-view, by the way. So, kudos, yes. And all this is available on YouTube, man. You gotta just dig real deep and try to find them joints, but you'll find them. But enough about Thursday. Let's go into last night, Friday. For the first off, we start off with SmackDown. Oh shit! Just this whole face-to-face for what had me. Oh, okay. SmackDown kicked off with Char C and the Universal Champion beat it face-to-face. Right? But just this whole shit was just a pipe bomb going back and forth. Even though the one thing I gotta say about this face-to-face was the whole 1, 2, 3 reference, and the fact that he got a fact wrong. Roman Reigns did not chase Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley, out of WWE. Selfish fuck. Know that. Okay? Vince McMahon drove his ass away with the crappy shit that he was feeding him and nearly got his ass about to lose some fucking sponsorships because he wanted to try to say a derogatory about Roman Reigns' leukemia issue. That
was disgusting.
So by saying how he chased Dean Ambrose out was completely false. Seth Rollins nearly bringing out that character, and I'm like, can't really say that either because as of right now, Seth Rollins is still hot right now after going through the metamorphosis of his character solely when they split. So he able to bounce back. And seeing how he able to bounce back, but you, Mr. Roman Reigns, as John Cena was saying in the promo, has been protected for the last 10 years, and his teeth look like 2 bars of soaps. And even brought in some old promo shit from the CM Punk Money in the Bank. Oh God, he really pulled out that reference. I will 1, 2, 3, take the belt, hop over the barricade, run out to the crowd, run out of this arena as fast as I can. Before I do, I blew a kiss goodbye. The CM Punk leaving WWE with the belt, leaving his hometown, Chicago, Illinois. Yes, Shaw, your backyard. We're out with the belt. And we thought, damn, Vince is in a hot situation right now. What the fuck's going to happen tomorrow? But on the opposite side of the coin, with Roman Reigns, he gave some heat too, but name dropping his movie success. No one even wants you back. But more importantly, he won't even bring up the ex-girlfriend and say how you want to take missionary position. And that was fine with you. Can't say the same for Nikki Bella. And damn, my jaw dropped. And damn it, my jaw motherfucking dropped. I was like, oh, damn, bro. Like, yo, John Cena's, right now, got pissed right now. Shit. And all this because of John Cena wanted to give Roman Reigns a great office report card. It gave the man a D for a D-bag and dickhead. But eventually he gets an F. Oh, shit. But some of the lines that they said, let me just really read them. Because I'm trying to go by based on what the hell I remembered. So from Cena, Roman Reigns will beat the hell out of me at SummerSlam, but he will lose at SummerSlam. Roman, you are good enough to win the WWE Championship, but not the Universal Championship. Reigns again, 20 years of missionary was good enough for you, but it wasn't good enough for Nikki Bella. That was the one I was like, damn, that's fine. Cena, that's why I backed you. I'm the only one that can shut you up. Cena, you almost ruined Seth Rollins. You ran Dean Ambrose out of WWE, which that was completely false, as I actually explained earlier. All I need is 1, 2, 3 to get the biggest failure in WWE history as I kiss goodbye and I run the fuck up out of this arena and I'm off. Yeah, I'm off in the sunset. Damn. Now, whoever that was, the the maestro behind this promo right there. I'm hearing rumors that it was Jamie Noble that was responsible for that. And if that was, he got some praise right about now. He really do got some motherfucking praise. So if anyone got anything negative to say about that, I'd be highly surprised. I'll be highly surprised. Next, we get King Nakamura taking on Apollo Crews, but end up defeating Apollo Crews anyways after his lead guitarist and Commander Aziz get thrown out of the arena. So it'll be a true one-on-one match, which was a great match for both these guys. But you can kind of feel the momentum going towards Nakamura about winning the belt. And sure enough, he did. He won the Intercontinental Championship belt on SmackDown. I'm kind of sad that they didn't wait till that they didn't wait till SummerSlam to do this, but whatever. I mean, if you feel like he got the momentum right now to pull the trigger, why wait? Do it. At least you get a good rematch at SummerSlam, and then we can see a great match come out of that for the kickoff show. That's the way that I'm thinking that's about to be portrayed for SummerSlam this year. Quote me if I'm wrong, sue me. Quote me if I'm wrong, sue me if I'm right. Whatever, right? And that's going to be my new. That's about to be my new quote. Correct me if I'm wrong, sue me if I'm right. And I'm right on the money with it. They're gonna be like, "Yo, you just gave away our whole scheme." Sorry if I'm not a fucking psychic. Just the way that you're projecting your shit, you can smell from a mile away. If I can do it, what the hell makes you think that other people can't fucking do it? Jeez. Shit. Call my phone, email me, sign my ass up for a WWE contract to be a fucking head writer. Are you serious? I will turn this shit upside fucking down. But they don't want people like me in there. I'm not a yes man, and I don't kiss no one's ass. You appreciate me for the hard work that I am fucking doing, or suck my dick, and then I walk the fuck about here with my pension. That's just me. I don't know about that. Next, you got the Street Profits, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins defeating the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, and Otis. I stand by the Alpha Academy because, bro, they turned Otis into a fucking machine. Silent but deadly, and once you getting pissed off, he is a fucking, matter of fact, he's Dukes. Yes, because Dukes is Samoan, so when he gets pissed off, you know he got that raw strength. He's wanting to kill someone. Bam! That's Otis right there. And Chad is the key. He's the key blade master right now, unlocking that hidden, deep, dark, raw energy out of Otis. And watch that going to be a great thing for Otis too. But of course, I got every phrase for the Street Profits. So of course, they're great as baby faces in here. So no matter which way that they go, they're still money. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what. Next, you get a Seth Rollins promo. He cuts a promo about Edge in the ring and showed a personalized video, which was actually kind of cool and funny though, by the way. When he claimed that his career has been better than Edge's career, Rollins claimed that Edge is jealous that he's done everything that he's done, but better. Seth said fans should thank him for not hitting Edge with a start back in 2014 when he had the chance. Otherwise, Edge's comeback would never even happen. He said Edge owes him all his recent success to him, including his Royal Rumble win. He ended his promo by saying that he won't hold back at SummerSlam. He will stomp his head down to the mat. And that's going to be my match to look for. If you want my pick for the match that could steal the night, besides the high-profile Char C versus Roman match, I say this match, Seth Rollins versus Edge, is going to steal the goddamn show. It better be, because I'm praying on that. I'm praying that my theory is correct and right on this. Oh, man. But the Mysterios, Dominic and Rey Mysterio, end up defeating Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, even during the match, as Dad Mysterio tried to make sure his son keeps focused and keeps straight at it in this match. They need this win. During the match, the Titantron pops up with the Usos trying to distract Dominic, but he gets out of whatever situation, capitalizes, and they end up winning. Good thought. Listen to your dad. Listen to your dad, Dominic. You got years of gaming experience. Meanwhile, you're still a goddamn rookie, man. Calm down. Calm down. Next, is what I gotta say the funniest segment of the goddamn night. Baron Corbin asks the fans to pay him $1,000 each. He really had this square card skin connected to his phone, and I said, "Yo, I'm done with." I mean, he just made me fucking in tears. He made me laugh so hard. He had me laughing so hard last night, unbelievably hard. He even brought a credit card fucking scanner with him. But Kevin Owens then comes out, always told him to stop embarrassing himself. But Corbin asked him for $1,000 as well. No, Owens agreed to give him the money, but it's only if he beats him in the match. However, if Corbin loses, he has to stop begging for money ever fucking again. Corbin then starts getting Owens' face, and Owens lays him out with a stunner. Eventually, that's what led him to the match. This is fucking stupid. I mean, if you're gonna do that, mother, hit him with the fucking stunner and then pin him 1, 2, 3. You could have got out the way in less than 3 seconds. So you're having a full blown match about this, and then he ended up recovering from a stunner. That makes Stone Cold Stunner look like a fucking shame. Ew. What are you doing? You see, this is the reason why that I tried to argue with you dudes a while back. This is the stupidest thing that they ever get the blessing to. Don't get someone like that a Stone Cold fucking Stunner and you can't fucking accomplish it, right? And then after the fucking commercial break, he's fine again to go ahead and do a match. Ew. Now, if you have short-term memory loss or short attention span, then this gotta be okay for you. But for me to actually pay attention to detail, this was all over fucked up. So yes, I'm gonna put my thumbs down, throw this shit in the fucking garbage, and light this thing on fire, and throw some gasoline in that bitch, and hope and pray that it blows up. This match was trash. I'm sorry, Owens, but from me to you, stop using the stunner. Stop it. If you can't pick someone to do a powerbomb, then do something off the top. If anything the fuck else. Because you're good at that too. But this night is not over with Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin eventually steals Big E's money in the main contract. Thinking he has the right to thinking that he's gonna have the right to cash in the money in the bank contract and be able to get a lot more magic for that money. Which is fucking so damn sad. And then we get Sonya Deville holding a contract signing between Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks for the SummerSlam match coming up. Sasha says she needs witnesses and calls out Carmella and Selena Vega. So now I'm guessing Sasha's about to have her own little stable with these two. I'm trying to prime them up and ride her coattails, I guess. And you try and make Selena Vega relevant again, as well as Carmella. I guess. At least it gives them some TV time. And I'm hearing from Jim Cornette said on one episode on his podcast, it's like, the 3 words that any person hates having to hear is, I got TV. And I think it's probably true. So, I can't comment negatively on that. Sasha and Bianca then signed the contract to make the match official, but Bianca doesn't want to wait as she knows what's coming next, so she attacks Selena and Carmella. While she managed to throw Carmella and Selena out the ring, Sasha then takes her down and brutalized her. And then Sasha ended up using Bianca's braid to wrap around her mouth to lock her in the bank statement. And that's how it fades. And then that's how we end SmackDown. So, besides the goddamn promo that opened up the goddamn thing was fire, was lit. I'm hyped up for both the Seth Rollins, Edge, Roman, Cena match, of course, as we all should. This whole Baron Corbin thing had me laughing, had me smiling, but now the whole stunner by Kevin Owens and going to commercial and they starting off a match, the way that they put this was travesty. Complete fucking travesty for Kevin Owens. Now, if I was him, I'd ban that stunner right here, right now, because that shit looks weak on you, kid. I'm done with that. I'm done with my take on this shit. Y'all got the damn floor. I just can't wait for fucking English.
Yeah, the Cena Reigns match and that whole promo, man. That's gonna be a good match at SummerSlam, and I'm looking forward to the Edge Seth Rollins match too. That match has been like a dream match for a while. Can't forget the women's match either. That's gonna be a good one too.
Come on, Dukes.
Oh, it's on me. Oh, I thought I was gonna say more.
No.
All right. Oh no. Okay. Let's take a look at it. You know what? SmackDown. You're getting two shits and tossy flush.
What? Did you really just say this shit about SmackDown?
Yes, I said it.
Okay, I definitely want to hear your
crack. Fuck it. Fuck SmackDown. That goddamn promo. Come on now. Everybody forgets. Of course. We're gonna deal with the promos, especially when it's getting close to a SummerSlam. They're gonna have to throw out the heavy punches. Of course, Roman had to throw out Nikki Bella. Reason why? Because Nikki and John was dating. They was on a TV show. He proposed her on WrestleMania.
Idiot. We understand that as fans. Tell that to the slow-witted people who do not understand.
All right. SmackDown writers. Any writer for SmackDown. Stop doing this bullshit.
Particularly you, Jamie Noble, because I heard that it was you that kind of coined this whole promo. So, I can't say put the finger at him, but all eyes is on him.
Now you also take a look at it. We all agree what Char C said was kind of fucked up in a way because none of it was motherfucking true.
That's true.
Come on. You ruined Seth Rollins. You got Dean Ambrose go. If that was the case, then why Roman couldn't be like this? At least I didn't bury nobody coming at my whole entire career being at the main spot. I was saying, if I was Roman, I could be like this. At least when I was a main eventer, I ain't bury nobody. Because as word, John Cena buried a whole lot of wrestlers. He ain't getting no one fired. Oops, did I say that? That's why some of the wrestlers that were fired are in AEW right now. So let's get to it. Let's get to the other matches that took place. Oh, this whole Baron Corbin and KO. Baron Corbin, if you hit my DM one more time, ask me for goddamn money, I'll pin step your ass again. Yes, I'm gonna pimp smack you, motherfucker. What if DM me about yo, E, you got 100? No, I ain't got a hundo. No. I ain't give you no money, Jack. But no, none of that. Then on top of that match, that looked bad off for both of them. Why are y'all even wrestling? KO, you should go after the Intercontinental Championship. Why are you in a match with Baron Corbin? Let that man be sad for once.
Like I said, the most worst 3 words that any wrestler can hear is "I got TV." Shout out to Jim Cornette.
For real. All right, let's get to another match. Let's get to another thing I was pissed off about. This whole Street Profits versus Team Scholar.
Alpha Academy. Don't say Team Scholar.
Team Alpha Academy. team, how you call it? Team Jesse and Festus on a serious side. Y'all keep on forgetting. Take a look at the size of Chad Gable. You cannot tell me he just a serious version of freaking Jesse. And you know how Festus is. You can't tell me that that's not Otis.
No, that's a serious looking Festus thing. Because Festus never made that type of face like that. He never even moved out his damn tongue.
Did you not hear me say a serious version of Jesse and Festus?
Hey, but at least he looks more serious than he looks more menacing than me. And just a country bumpkin that was just cross-eyed.
Yeah, you know what? Just for your message, Jesse and Festus, you know what? Doc Gallows, I feel sorry for you try to do that character.
First off, you mentioned him. Right.
No, I ain't even sorry for you for mentioning that. But then, for doing that character, I feel sorry for it. But that promo of Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair got me pissed off. Like, come on, things, it's what you say, but these promos suck. I see you coming. I don't know if I should turn my back. I know you're gonna stab me in the back. Why are you gonna stab me in the back? Come on. Come on, you don't think this is gonna happen?
I mean, the dialogue is tragic. I mean, look, the whole dialogue and the whole promo was just tragic. Okay? It just makes Bianca look like what she's not supposed to want to look like. And I don't have to say the word, but it making her kind of look like what me and Deuce know, hood rats. God damn it. That's just the only thing that I can try to paraphrase his ass.
And I know a whole lot.
Oh, yo, listen, man, we both do. That's what made it even more worse. That's why I said I don't want to say this out of negativity. I just want to say this as a comparison to what the dialogue felt like. And you look at someone like Bianca Belair, and you automatically make that type of assumption. And I just don't want people to look at her like that because the way that they look at her with when she was standing next to Megan Thee Stallion, we all thought about that whole vision in our head. Jesus Christ. So, I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, you're guilty of that supposedly. They're guilty of that.
Right, because eventually you would have posted before I did.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. No, you wouldn't. But continue with your take.
Alright, but this whole entire SmackDown thing, leading up to the biggest party, the biggest matches in history, this is what you're going to come up with for SmackDown. And y'all supposed to be the A show. There's nothing A about your shit. This is going to be the same exact shit that y'all doing on for Raw. All the difference is you'll come up with more clever lines. You're trying to give all that's more special about y'all's Roman and John Cena. Other than that shit, what the fuck y'all really got that Raw don't have? Take away Roman and John Cena. Let's take away that shit. You got Raw.
They got better in-ring competitors than what Raw does right now.
But like I said, you got Raw. Either way, you got Raw. Take away that shit. You got Raw. And especially the simple fact that, y'all gonna give Shinsuke Nakamura a title opportunity for Intercontinental Championship, put it on live TV, and not put it on the pay-per-view. That really must have sucked for a title that has been one of the greatest titles in WWE history. That must really tells y'all how much of a joke.
Or they could be looking at it from a racial standpoint. If you look at that dynamic too. Or they could be looking at it from a racial standpoint. If you look at that dynamic too. Or they could be looking at it from a racial standpoint. Or they could be looking at it from a racial standpoint. If you look at that dynamic too. Or they could be looking at it from a racial standpoint. If you look at that dynamic too.
Or I'll put it like this: they must really think that title is supposed to be a goddamn joke for all these goddamn years.
Yes, I believe you would rather money with that the same way how they treat the United States title.
Yes, both titles must be jokes, because at the end of the day, I can't even tell you the best title holder that I've seen in a while. I think the best one for the U.S. title would have been Cena, because at least Cena had the open challenge.
Yes.
I don't know about the Intercontinental. I think I might have given that to at least Miz or Jericho. And I'm talking about Miz with the entourage. When he was going against when he was winning against Roman and all that other stuff. Jericho a little bit earlier than that, but this right here on SmackDown, fuck you. If y'all like SmackDown,
oh shit!
If y'all like SmackDown, I swear to y'all, look at my eyes. Take away the whole Roman and John Cena promo, and then look at Raw.
It's pretty much the same.
And y'all sit there thinking that must have saved, trust and believe me. Y'all gonna be like this. Damn, Dukes is right. Damn.
Hey, I'm still saying
the exact shit.
I'm still saying SmackDown has better in-ring performance than what the Raw roster has right now. Besides AJ Styles, it's the only standout next to him. Riddle and Randy will probably be the only main three solid people that they have that they can give you great in-ring performances compared to the others that they got around. Next to maybe like Mustafa, you can throw him in the mix. Sheamus is only dependent on who he put it. Depending on who you put against, and Ricochet. So that's 6 people. SmackDown got definitely more than that over there, right or wrong? Besides those 6 that I just named for Raw, who else?
Who else?
Because you're not gonna name the women's division, of course.
I'll put this who else the wrong guy.
The whole 24/7 bracket, Dust. Who else?
Wait.
Besides the 6 that I just named.
Wait, time out. Please do not bring up the 24/7 title.
I didn't. I said the whole 24/7 bracket is Dust.
Okay, the whole 24/7 shit need to be thrown away, tossed, and buried.
I agree.
I got the shovel. I'll gladly dig. I'll gladly do the digging.
Hey, I'm out.
Be a mafia hit if I ever play one. All I ask is who's gonna be the getaway driver?
You.
The fuck?
We did, motherfucker.
I shouldn't even have to do nothing in this case. I should be just saying, just finish the job. Don't bring those E back to me.
Cool. I got the shoddy. I'm blasting 24 title bracket. I'm digging the shovel. I'm digging the grave. Someone wrap it up in carpet. And someone put that motherfucker in. Just boom. Lay it down and walk away. Light everything on fire so that way we'll have no evidence. Oops. Oh shit. Cops coming. Like I told y'all, the blueprint.
Well, say goodbye to Dukes, folks, because he ain't coming back. Next, we're going to finally move on to the debut edition, the first episode of AEW Rampage.
Woohoo! What a show!
AEW Rampage, the debut right after WWE SmackDown at 10 o'clock. Mark Henry, Chris Jericho, Taz, and Excalibur were all on commentary for tonight's show. Now, I'm sorry, it's going to be the buzzkill here, but the 4-man group is just not going to work. Bring it back to either 2 or 3. Who really just need to be there? The big name transition Mark Henry to a backstage consultant or just like an interviewer. I'm sorry. When you guys stick with Excalibur, Chris Jericho, and Taz at least, you know what I'm saying? I mean, out of those four, I'd rather pick those three. I mean, I don't know. I don't really don't know what to say about that.
But you already know. But you already know that it's going to be either 1 week. You'll probably have Mark Henry, Taz, and it might not have Jericho because we already know Jericho's going to fight.
Yeah.
But I do like the sense of all right, it's gonna be 4 of them. One's gonna be moving around. Yep. We have basically Mark Henry playing Tony Schiavone. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, but this Tony Schiavone can actually punch someone's lights out. So be careful how you approach him. Anyway, so let's really get into this. My God, just to open the match.
Oh my gosh.
My God. Who would have fucking thought? And I'm still in disbelief, but in a good way. Christian Cage defeated AEW World Champion Kenny Omega to become the new Impact World Champion. Yay. My nigga really, damn it, I use a bad word. I'm sorry, but that's how lit it was. Oh, shit. The match from beginning to end had me on my feet. From beginning, and these two, and people that want to talk so much shit about Kenny Omega, it's not the best wrestler alive. This is why they call him the best belt machine for. Because he can have a great match, great quality matches, with just about good enough people that can tell it in the goddamn ring. And like, honestly, if you haven't followed Kenny Omega's career, something's really wrong with you. Big time. And don't be saying that you're a Kenny Omega fan if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I mean, research his New Japan Pro Wrestling, but research the stuff before he even got to New Japan. Is where he was making his mark. He became more known and more famous. We got over to New Japan. So, for people that want to be criticizing that man, oh, believe me, that man is the hardest working motherfucker in show business. That's a right here, right now, and he get a stamp from me because he sold the unprettier to the chair so beautifully. Oh my God, I thought he broke his neck. And that man is wrestling with injuries that no one's talking about, and he's not even talking about it. He's just going through it. What the fuck he gotta do? Let's just hope and pray that it's not really gonna do some serious damage to his body, but he knows when to really say, okay, enough's enough. And now we get this. And now we get Chris Cage taking on Kenny at all out. Can he go for 2 for 2? We don't know. But now the possibility is now endless now. And now, this has been a championship that Christian had never won, but he just won it for the very first time in his whole fucking career. And now...
Whoa. Sorry. He has won that title before.
TNA belt?
Yes.
From a different brand back then compared to what it is now at this current age in his career.
Like, come on, you take a look. Just say, you get it. How many years?
I know, but still, but all right, but it's the first one that he had held in over a decade.
Okay.
All right. Just to double down, be more clarified, but at least get straight to why the emotional feel in the building for him actually winning the belt, and even though and claiming that he cannot do it, and somehow he outworked the champion. So he's living by his monarch. Give him that pat on the shoulder. Mark Henry then interviews him in the back. Dreams do come true. If I can do it, you can do his speech. But he still got his eye on Omega now, and he's gonna be trying to take the AEW World Title. That's on his list. So he got the hard hand right now. Anyway, then we get the Miro taking on Fuego del Sol for the TNT Championship, in which Miro actually defeats this man. I mean, as much as Fuego was trying to get some comebacks and stuff like that, trying to keep Miro off his feet, but Miro was just too big. It's just too strong for him. Jesus. And he whooped this man. He whooped this man's ass. And then on top of that, the special obligation. I mean, it's all about the special kicker was if Fuego did win, that he would get an AEW contract. But since he lost, Miro tore out the contract. However, Tony Khan is a new AEW contract to Sammy Guevara, and Sammy gives it to Fuego, and now Fuego del Sol is now all elite now. It's a feel-good moment of the night. Congratulations to Fuego del Sol, man. Even though he did not win, he still walked out with something, and he walked out with a contract with guarantees of some work. Woo!
So happy for him. Much deserved.
You know what? I'll say is this is much better. This is a better storyline than that freaking Drake Maverick shit that happened back in NXT. No offense, but that was a better storyline than Drake Maverick shit.
Okay. I can actually agree with you on that. Definitely. I gotta agree with you on that. But last but not least, the main event, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Red Velvet. Well, she ended up retaining in these two really shine in this match. Especially Red Velvet. She definitely shined in this match. She had to play the heel in this case, but she played it well. You know what I'm saying? So, Tony Khan better start paying attention to what the fuck I said earlier in this podcast. And yes, that is coming to fruition, ladies and gentlemen. We are invading everywhere. I'm sorry. The Red Velvet got the kudos from me. She gets the round. I mean, she gets the round of applause, but Britt Baker gets me to bow down to her. Yes. So she ended up retaining the Women's World Championship. But Britt kept attacking Velvet even after the match was over. Chris Statlander comes out to make the save, but she gets taken out. But the returning Jamie Hayter, Jamie Hayter is back. As I hate her, I'm like, hate her. I'm like, oh, hate her. No, I made a joke in my head to remember her last name. It's like Hayter, okay. Like, but it sounded like Jamie Hayter is back, but Jamie hates her. And I made my own little joke about it, so I'm sorry. Yes, so Chris Allen was taken out by Jamie Hayter, making her return back to AEW after a long stint of time. And Britt and Jamie are working together. This was I need some backup that Britt Baker was talking about a few weeks ago. Now we see that pull, that trigger. Boom. And she got that backup. And that's how we end AEW Rampage, which was only on for 1 hour. So I like the structure of the show. And remember what I said earlier, how like this whole week has been feeling like has been feeling like a big story for me. Mm-hmm. Now, dude, take a look at this. Jesus Christ. Take away Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. Let's look at the calendar. Well, actually, no, let's take away Tuesday too. Anyway. From Wednesday to Friday. Well, yes, let me take that back. Monday through Friday. AEW Dark, right? AEW Dark is now on Mondays. AEW Elevation on Tuesdays. AEW Dynamite is on Wednesdays. Impact Wrestling that has a working partnership with AEW, so some of the stories are going to be continued on their soil on Thursdays. And lastly, now you have AEW Rampage on Fridays. You see how that long storytelling that we were just talking about earlier, and how that perfectly helps certain people and certain stories that they're doing? This is what the show is all about right here. It slowly intertwines with one another. Yeah, if you didn't pick this thing up already, folks, pay attention to what happened earlier this week with the Tony Schiavone and QT Marshall situation that led up to the shit that happened on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're looking at what is going on from Dynamite all the way up to now Rampage, and intertwining Impact Wrestling, involving in there because you watch Impact Wrestling with the Don Callis and Kenny Omega promo that they had cut towards Christian Cage, and Christian Cage doing one afterwards during Impact Wrestling. And all intertwines with one another that continues their story. Just do it from another promotion. Oh my God, this is a storybook story.
I am
now,
so
that's
happy
not storytelling. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I'm so happy that this forbidden door has been opened, because, I mean, you get all this exciting intertwining between AEW and Impact and New Japan. It's like the possibilities are endless, and it's like, oh, who's going to show up on Impact? Who's going to show up on Dynamite? Who's going to show up in New Japan? Like, it's like a world of surprises. It's like, give me more, give me more. I need more.
See, someone's happy over there. But that's my take on Rampage, though. So, yeah.
I loved Rampage. I think it's like one of the best shows, if not the best show this week. I mean, the world title match, the Impact title match stole the show for me. Shocking to see Christian going over. And then how can we forget the feel-good story of Little Fuego del Sol finally getting his contract? Couldn't ask for a better story.
I couldn't agree with you any more than that. Dukes, you sure already know what the hell these.
I'll put like this. You know what? Thank you, AEW. Thank you.
I agree.
You bring the little kid out of me.
Yep.
You bring that wrestling fan. You bring up that wrestling fan that was in love with ECW. You brought that wrestling fan that used to watch WCW and watch nothing but Harlem Heat, Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio,
yep.
Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko, the cruiserweight. Actually, scratch that. The cruiserweights.
Yes.
You brought the little kid out of me that would watch when WWF was around, and I was sitting there watching Dudley's versus Edge and Christian versus the Hardys or the TLCs.
Yep.
And watching DX around and watching Stone Cold versus Undertakers. Rock versus Stone Cold. Mankind versus, or even Cactus Jack versus Triple H. The tears is coming out of my eyes, and it feels good.
You're not alone. I'm in tears right now too.
It's getting a little teary-eyed.
It is.
I know Blackheart Chop by his tears right now because he knows the kid that loves wrestling is coming out of him.
Yeah.
The little
I just
kid.
express my shit through a different way from what you're doing from right now. I just appreciate that even though professional wrestling is the redheaded stepchild of all sports, but you gotta admit there's been some great things and some great people that come out of this thing, and it has its own culture and fan base in society. So I appreciate the art of wrestling of what we're looking at now, because you might never know what the hell it could look like in the next 10 years, 20 years from now, when we are older senior fucking citizens, and then we're going to tell our kids, wrestling used to not be like that. It used to be like this, where Kimmy got the fuck over with our hands, and we become the old marks. So it's all one big revolving fucking door. So I appreciate myself being as a wrestling fan from beginning to where I'm at right now.
Same.
And I'll put like this. What I like about what AEW is doing is this. This is what I was saying earlier. This is what I keep saying. I like how they bring in young talent and grooming them. I like how they bring in unutilized talent and utilize them to the point where they bring out their potential. Now you got the best thing to do, start off a match, a championship match. Who does that other than AEW? Maybe one other wrestling company that just straight start off your heavyweight championship as your opening match. And I'll wait.
You can't.
You start off with that. And even though that everybody keeps saying, oh yeah, Kenny Omega's probably one of the best heels, give his just dues as what you can give him now. Because he could honestly work his ass off, as injured that he is, and give the belt to a veteran like Christian, who many doubted him because of his concussion issues, over at another company. But take a look at him now and see what he's able to do. Even though he had a championship years like over 10 plus years ago, over that same company, when he faced the likes of AJ Styles, when he faced the likes of the Samoa Joes, the Jeff Jarrett's of the world, the Jeff Hardys when he was there. Those types of wrestlers. Now you're going against newer wrestlers. It's like one of those, like, yeah, when the wrestlers get out, like, you got someone that get out of jail and they going home for the first time, and they know, like, damn, everybody's growing up. Yeah, you know who I am. I know you. This is you? Oh, man. This is what you get when you got Christian at Impact. And now you got Tommy Dreamer over there that's going to help him out. But AEW, thank you. If you can bring, this is what I want right now. I'll give you a wish list. Give me Cesaro. Yes. Take Cesaro from WWE.
Yes.
He needs to be over there. Give me Ricochet. Cedric Alexander. Give me, you know what? Give me some divas. Oh, and I'm gonna shock Blackheart when I say this one, because his mouth is gonna drop. Give me Flair.
I fucking knew it. And Loki, I just said to myself, it's Flair. Because there's no other person that he would actually name that would make that AEW women's division way more solid and way more star power next to her, Britt, and Rosa. And then what you're going to say to me next is that's going to lead up to Tessa Blanchard coming to AEW. And then we'll have the dream match there. Thank you, AEW. Am I being so in this area?
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to mute my mic because I'm a...
No. Because here's the reason why I say that.
No, I'm just a fucking psychic. That's just it. I'm done here, folks.
No, ladies and gentlemen, here's the reason why. Because I want to see it drop. I want to see. Shut your ass.
I ain't shutting nothing, man. I can read your damn mind. That's
all right. If you can read my mind,
Tessa Blanchard will never go out with you.
No, I don't want Tessa Blanchard.
You want Kara Hogan?
You already know what I want. I want Kara Hogan. I want Tasha Steelz, and I want
Charles, listen, he has a 16 imaginary girlfriends that he thinks about in his head. So don't let him fool you with this.
But the only crazy part is,
no,
they 16.
No,
I got legit I got a good 6.
Bullshit.
Strong 6.
Lies right now.
I don't lie. I ain't Pinocchio, motherfucker. But I would literally seriously say this. I want to see a match between Charlotte Flair and Tessa Blanchard and see who's the best horsewoman out of who has built their daughter real well. Blanchard or Flair? Whose daddy built the better woman wrestler?
None of them. I'm sorry. None. None. Okay. None. Not even Stephanie. Okay. So let's just skip over this damn question.
No. Because here's the reason why. Because
if you're gonna say Eddie Guerrero's daughter, that's a different exception.
No, I'll literally gonna say is I might give it to Blanchard a little bit more than Charlotte just because she actually wrestled men. We don't see Charlotte wrestle men at all. If Tessa could go toe to toe with the likes of Eddie Edwards, she went against, I forget his name. Actually, no. She went against Brian Cage. She went against mostly everybody that's in the Impact Wrestling Zone's locker room. And had a great match with almost everybody. I want to see who's better. Give me that. If y'all want to form a female group, so fine, so be it. Behind closed doors, I really don't care. But give me at least Charlotte versus Tessa or Charlotte versus Thunder Rosa. I can't say Baker yet because I think Flair might destroy her. But give me those type of matches.
You finished?
Yes.
Are you sure? Because that was a long ass wish list, and I kind of fell asleep during maybe the last 30%. But the first 70%, I totally get your wish list. But at the end of the day, that's going to take some time, planning, and then more importantly, you can't fluctuate your homegrown talent. At least have some space to have the homegrown talent grow. You can't have this man die just because you fucking wish list. And if you want to wish list that bad, you start your own goddamn promotion.
I'm trying right now.
Well, do it on your own.
It's backyard.
No, just do it on your own time. Anyway, so when it comes to this week's news, last night SmackDown drew its high viewership in 2021. They drew 2.5 million viewers compared to previous 2.05 million viewers. It drew a 0.6 rating on the 1840 demographic, ranked 1 in the cable top 150, which is up from last week's 0.55. I mean, 0.5 rating percent. We got some pretty disturbing kind of news, if you really want to kind of consider that. What can I remember off the top of my head? Oh, excuse me, and I got one for Dukes. Bronson Reed had called up Miro. Ooh, he made a little cryptic little message on Twitter, but with the first letter spelled down, it said, "I want Miro." So, whew, maybe we can see something come out of a one-time deal, and then Bronson Reed fits in with that. Maybe he can come to AEW as well. That would be a little good snack for the elevation in Darks. Get his shit back up again, and then bring him up to the main roster and do things that way, which that would be fine for him to do. That'd be great. Rio is out of action due to negative effect of the COVID-19 vaccination. So we're really hoping that nothing really serious is going to be happening with her, but she really gets back on her feet because we do love her, we do miss her, and we miss Rio back in AEW, please.
Yes, we do.
Nonetheless, what was I going to say? Sting's going to have his first actual match between him and Darby Allin 2.0, which was the former Ever Rise from NXT, on next week's Dynamite. And of course, the main news of the damn week was all about the state of NXT that's about to be happening moving forward. And as much as I shouldn't really get into it too deeply, but of course we are. This is like our home stretch. NXT is about to get a serious makeover, and this is just super sad. This is really the death of NXT as far as we're about to witness. So, folks, if you are really a vivid fan or you are a fan of NXT and maybe heard the news and rumor about what Vince is trying to do to the current product now, that's so many people that's either about to get release forms. John Laurinaitis is giving them phone calls and text messages. You've been fired. But I gotta honestly say, it'll be a good thing for professional and independent wrestling itself. Because a lot of these indies are going to want some of these people. And a lot of these other companies may want these people too. And they have the space and they have the time available to get them. And to be able to utilize them. Otherwise, you're going to see nothing but, if I want to say this correctly, the 80s version of WWE and NXT within like the next 2 months. Nothing but big built young guys that trying to be the next Brock Lesnar, the next Batista, or even the next Char C. They want big bodies. Vince is going right back to the 80s all over again. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. As much as you guys pain to hear those words, and believe me, I've been throwing up all week over this, like sickly. And let's just get one thing completely straight. This was never Triple H's fucking fault. Him, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg, anyone else that was back there, from beginning to end, had put this thing together and made it a third brand, and not as a developmental system. As I hate what Vince had to say, the state of NXT when he made the last press conference that NXT is basically our developmental. It's not even our third brand. You know what the fuck that you just said to that talent down there? You ain't shit.
Yeah. That's sad. That breaks my heart.
This was. And that hurt me because people that I like, Tommaso Ciampa, Timothy Thatcher, now what's going on with them? Now imagine Timothy Thatcher went over to Impact or he went over to New Japan. Imagine him over there. Imagine Ciampa over there. Oh my God! You're doing the wrestling world the biggest favor in the world. You're doing for what most talents is craving for right now. Now we're about to get our wish in the next few years. The only thing that's going to change this whole dynamic is that Vince McMahon really does say, "Okay, I can't do this no more," and he really splits up the WWE duties between 4 people. And Triple H somehow gets a whole other wrestling aspect, meaning he can control the presentation in the ring, backstage, and shit like that. But when it comes to business, that's all Stephanie Shane's and Linda's and whatever else people that you want to put into the format. Keep the wrestling side for the wrestlers. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg, Jamie Noble, Michael Hayes. You split up. You split up the whole entire population of faculty into 3 separate parties. And it becomes like one whole system. You know what I'm saying? There's a such thing as power sharing. Yes, I said power sharing because I got that reference from The Sopranos. Season 5, episode 2. When Tony tried to come to Johnny Sack about power sharing for the mob family now that he was boss because Carmine Lupatasi had passed away. And now there's a power struggle between one New York mob family and Tony suggested a power sharing. 3 active heads working under one family that it takes a majority vote to make certain changes happen. This is what I suggest WWE should do if I were them. So at least you can keep the wrestling aspect safe, the business aspect safe, and the public relations aspect safe as well. And you can keep it within the family. Because he was sold it to Disney, or you were sold it to Marvel, and you were sold it to any other parent company that would offer them $10 billion for WWE, the whole thing, the whole shebang, everything. Forget it. Vince is gone. Vince is fucking gone. He's taking that money and he is dying with it. And he's probably going to split the company 4 ways anyway. So you might as well do it now. The same way how Vince McMahon bought WWF from his father in 1982 before he died in 1984. He needs to do that pretty damn soon. And that's my thought. And that's how we're going to end the goddamn show. Go ahead, Char.
I was going to say, I can't disagree with that. I mean, things aren't going to change for the better until Vince goes away. I mean, he's holding that company back so much. I mean, like you said, if you leave the wrestling part of it in the people who know wrestling's hands, the company would be better off for it. But he's too stubborn and too egotistical to ever go away. He's always got to have his hand in it, and things are never going to change until he's gone.
No bullshit. I was gonna say it's like this. And I sat there and posted to y'all. I sat there texting this out like a little while ago. By the end of 2022, AEW, New Japan, ROH, MLW, all the other wrestling companies that's outside WWE are gonna lick their chops because of all those wrestlers that's gonna get released.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if they let go everybody for that. Everybody that's not a big man in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Correction. Wait, correction. If you're in your 20s and you're over 225, they don't want no midgets. They want another classic OVW class of 02 on their hands. Okay? They want they want those guys in that developmental brand. And then watch when that whole dynamic changes. And okay, this is my third brand.
But this is why I said this. This is why I say that. Mostly everybody that's smaller are past their 30s.
Yes.
Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Thatcher, Ciampa, all past their 30s. Gargano past their 30. Only one who probably is not is probably MSK. And even them, they probably get the Lisa papers and go. Just because they're on the light side.
Back to Impact, if anything else.
So that means Bobby Fish can be sitting back waiting to get Kyle O'Reilly, and then Adam Cole can do that same thing how he debuted to NXT when him and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly knocked out freaking Drew McIntyre. They can do the exact same thing, probably going to AEW. No offense, but if Adam Cole is going, you best believe Undisputed Era is going as well. So that means Roderick Strong. Sorry to say it, bruh. Your contract's is probably getting teared up right now as we speak. And he might be headed over to. He might join them. It might be a good crazy wrestling to sit there and see who's better, the Elite or Undisputed. Well, my bad, Undisputed might change their name. So it might be something else, something dynamic to the point where you're going to have the Elite versus them. You might see Kenny Omega versus Adam Cole. We might see the Young Bucks versus the Red Dragons. Whoever their fourth man might be will probably go against a Roderick Strong. You will see, if you talk about MSK, you talk about going back to Impact. Great, I would love to see that. Oh, since he's over there, let's bring him. Let's give him Johnny Gargano. Let's give him his wife. So that way, Gargano could go after the heavyweight title, and Candice LeRae could go after the female championship. And those matches between her and Pearls are going to be epic. Because Gargano going after Moose, Chris Sabin, Sami Callihan. Because we all know what Gargano can do. Or he could also bring in, can you get DIY back together? Can you see Thatcher going to Impact and watch him be that technical wrestler that no one else ever seen before?
You could. But real quick, speaking of,
go ahead.
Congratulations go out to Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, who announced that they're expecting their first child.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations to the both of them as well. Jacob, how are you, sir? Oh, wait. Oh, we got an actual request. Give me 1 second. We're going to introduce someone quick to the program. We're going to introduce Jacob Abro to the show. Jacob, what's going on with you, buddy?
Guys.
Jacob? Hey, what's going on?
Not much, man. This wrestling podcast, so just want to stop by, talk, see how everyone's doing.
Oh man, we chilling, man. Come to find out, man, we about to be ending our show right about now, so you kind of like cause out of the dead end of it. But you have any like questions and stuff like that, I mean, you can bring it to the table.
Oh, not much. Just just want to stop by. Show some love to the podcast.
Oh, thanks
thank you, man. Make sure that you. Make sure that you hit the follow button on here, man. So anytime when you see us pop up, man, you're more than welcome to come back.
All right, man.
Take it easy. Have a good night.
You too, guys.
All right. Well, Char, Edukes, it's time for us to close up shop, man. So that's the end of the damn show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you like what you guys hear, give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Give us a share. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Off the Top Rope Podcast. Subscribe everywhere that we are on the podcast, from Anchor to Google Podcast to Breaker Podcast, Spotify, Podbean, Audio, here on Green Room, the whole 9 yards, man. We try to tackle everywhere and anywhere that we can. Thank you for supporting us through this far, man. This season is going to be more better than expected. I, for one, am personally proud of Char and Dukes for holding down the fort tonight, and can't wait to look forward to what next week brings us as far as wrestling is concerned. I'm going to pass it over to you guys. I don't have to follow me and shit like that. Follow me at Blackheart Lansky. Replace the A's for V's. You can find me quicker that way. Other than that, technically, I'll let them get the floor and do their little bows before we get out of here. So, Char, you got the floor.
I'm looking forward to Rampage in the possible debut of one CM Punk. Looking forward to that.
I guess it's gonna be me that's gonna. All right. You can find me. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to everybody that listened to us today. Give us shout outs to my ladies of wrestling, Tadil Dashwood, Tasha Shields, Kara Hogan, Zara Lee, and Cadence Carter. Y'all my ladies of wrestling. I'm still waiting for y'all to hit me up so I can take y'all on dates.
Good luck trying.
I've tried numerous occasions. All I got was a stick of bubble gum, but that was it. So it's all cool.
Listen. You gotta follow the old JC lyric, man. All I got for hoes is hard dick and bubble gum. That's it.
But the only crazy part is they only gave back was bubble gum.
And no ass. So we ending this now because this is sounding real extremely disappointed, man. So if y'all like what y'all hear, go follow us, man. Tune in next week where we're going to be back on here for another weekly episode. This Week in Wrestling in the Off the Top Most Podcast, Spotify Green Room chat room, man. Thank you to everyone that peeped in to see us and to hear us talk. I'm saying we'll be back on this week. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, we bid y'all adieu. Have a good night. Peace.